So today we're going to take a look at the Bachman books. Basically, it's going to be all the work that he's done as Richard Bachman. And then this is my last post as of just going through and showing all the different books that I have in my collection. So hopefully going forward, I'm going to have some more, posts about, Stephen King related news, new things I have coming in, updates, because there's been stuff that I've gotten in since I've recorded some of those videos. So I know I've got some new comic books and magazines that are Stephen King related that I need to show. So that's where the videos going forward are kind of going to be like. So right now, I'm just going to go through. We're going to take a look at Thinner. That's a pretty well-known one of his when he wrote as Richard Bachman. And the whole point of writing as Richard Bachman is he did it because basically, I don't know if somebody made the comment to him. The only reason his book sells because of his name. So he wanted to try and write as someone else to see if his books would sell and if it was just his name that was selling them or if it was his actual talent. So we've got the original Thinner, a novel by Richard Bachman with the red handprint. And this was the regular in-store version, and then it's got the picture of Richard Bachman in there. So we've got that one. And then we've got the kind of release hardcover Thinner by Stephen King, written as Richard Bachman, and it's got King's picture on the back. So this was after it's already come through, and that's a photo by Tabitha. And then we have the Purple Hand paperback that kind of goes with that last hardcover that we saw. So very similar there, same kind of artwork. We have the Skeleton Hand cover there. This is probably, I'm thinking early mid-90s. Then we have the paperback Red Hand one, but it was after he already came out as Richard Bachman, so Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman on this one. And then, of course, we've got the movie tie-in and the actual VHS tape of the movie. And I actually like the movie. I don't think it got necessarily a great reception, but I enjoyed it. I remember actually hanging out with my buddy Jerry. We read the book before the movie came out, and then we went and saw the movie in the theater. So I do have fond memories of that. I enjoyed it, the rich man from town. So I enjoyed that. Then we have, the next one is The Running Man. And I'm just going to preface this right away. I know the story really isn't very similar to the movie at all, but it is what it is. It's the movie's there. It is. So I remember watching the movie and enjoying the movie. Granted, I probably enjoyed the story better than the movie, but Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura before they were the governors, that's always kind of cool. So I actually have the Running Man VHS, and I have the Running Man movie tie-in. And again, this one, no photos. Then I also have a mini little Running Man. It's not the movie tie-in, but it's another thin little novella. Then this one's a thicker paperback, regular paperback size, shiny mid-90s covers. And then I also have it, I believe this is German, possibly? Bachman ist King, Stephen King ist Bachman. And it's Running Man. So I believe that's German. I'm not 100% sure. Under die Countdown Luft. So yeah, I think that's German. So yeah. And then we have, now, Thinner I've read. Running Man I read years ago. I barely remember the differences. The movie's the only thing I really remember anymore. The rest of these I have not read, but I still have them in my collection. I've got 2 copies of The Long Walk. Actually, I take that back. I have read The Long Walk. I just remembered that one. So, yes, I've read The Long Walk. And so we have the shiny blue mid-90s release. And then this one, this is the matte version. Doesn't have the shine on it. Now, the next one we have, I have not read either. It's called Roadwork. I have 2 copies of it, paperback. I have a kind of duller one and a shiny one. I don't know if you can really see the difference, but this one has a shine to it. I don't know. And I'm not sure, like I was talking about the hardcovers in an earlier video where shiny and non-shiny, I was thinking it was book club edition versus regular edition. And it may not be that. It may be like first edition versus second edition. So I don't honestly know what the difference is there. But I just keep both of them. And then the next one is Blaze by Stephen King, writing as Richard Bachman. And the funny thing about Blaze is I was actually reading one of the articles in the old Playboys in like the 1980, early 80s Playboys, and he was talking about Blaze, and he was talking about how he was getting it finished and it was going to be out soon, and then it really didn't come out for years and years and years and years and years and years later. So I don't know if he just went back and revised it or decided it was didn't need it, didn't want to release it, and then changed his mind later, or what the deal was. But I thought that was funny that he had mentioned it and then it didn't actually come out. And then of course the next one I have is, and everyone knows the most famous book that he wrote as Bachman that you can't get anymore, and if you do get it, it's hard to get. Is you can get the foreign editions; they're not quite so hard, but Rage. So you can't get a standalone edition of Rage, and you can't really get the Bachman books anymore with Rage in it because after Columbine and some school shootings, he had that book pulled from the market. Now I was lucky enough; I actually do. I have the box set that has the Bachman book in it that has Rage, but then I do also have this cover one and this cover one, so two different covers there. Both covers are a little bit damaged, but they both luckily do have the book Rage in them, so kind of interesting there. I also have a hardcover Bachman book, and I think this one might have been a library book at one point in time. It might be a book club edition, but yeah, it's hardcover, and it also has Rage. And the kind of neat thing is it has like the original cover of Rage. And this is the one that if you can get a copy of it, it's like the unicorn of books. I would love to get my hands on one of those. This and the UK cover. The UK cover of it is really kind of cool too. And then I also have the black Bachman books with the shiny kind of lettering, including Rage on there as well. And there again, it has the same picture for Rage. And this one is a library book from which library? The Hudson Library. So I got a couple of editions of that in my collection. And then I have read Rage at one point in time in high school. And then the other stories in here, I honestly don't remember. So I'm not overly familiar with what else is in the Bachman. Roadwork. Oh, it's Roadwork? Okay. So let's see. It's Roadwork, The Long Walk, and The Running Man. So, okay. So, yeah, I guess the only one I'm really missing out of here is Rage, which, I would love to get one, but fingers crossed. They don't show up on eBay for cheap anymore. So, but yeah, so that's my Bachman collection. Yeah, I already showed a video earlier with Desperation and Regulator, since that kind of tied into that. So, like I said, this is a kind of the last of going through each individual book and showing the book that I have in my collection now. Hopefully, the future videos, like I said, are going to be updates to my collection. I've got some new stuff coming in the mail. I'm always getting new things, as well as any updates of stuff that I've gotten in that I need to kind of update. That from those videos that were already posted because they were a little bit older. So, so far, hope everyone is staying safe and keep reading.